is Texas Championship Wrestling, a milestone event in the world of professional wrestling tonight on this program. Al Perez, the World Federation Champion, puts his championship on the line against the California Stud. It's a tremendous event, not only in Texas Championship Wrestling, but in world wrestling individually. And in order to find out just how Al Perez felt about this match with the California Stud, we talked to him on the street.
You know, there's always someone out there trying to think of a way to get notice in professional wrestling. Well, Big Star, when you make your appearance in the ring and challenge me for my title, you figure by blindsiding me, give the Angel of Death a better chance. So now you're going to get your title shot. So, Big Angel of Death couldn't do it, could not get the job done. One-man gang couldn't get the job done, Stud. What makes you think you can get the job done?
Well, as you saw, we were talking with Al Perez. I think Mickey Grant, our producer, shot that with him in Miami. Talking about his bout with Stud right here, the championship match and our main event on this edition of Texas Championship Wrestling. It should be an earth-shaker. Right now, let's go to the ring and...
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first match of the evening, Mr. Tim Talltree. And meeting Mr. Talltree this evening from the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, Mr. One Man Gang. This will be one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Your referee, Mr. Ernest Wilkerson.
And we're ready to go. Our first bout on this edition of Texas Championship Wrestling, which will have as its main event the celebrated battle between Al Perez and the California Stud. We'll be working our way to that exciting event as Talltree. Now, you talk about giving up weight. Don Batiste, Talltree is like a leaf in the forest, and he's taking on the whole forest here.
Yes, he is. He's a very thin man compared to the one-man gang.
And I don't really know how he's going to approach this, but I give him a tremendous amount of credit, because the last time we saw Talltree, who is not a tall tree, by the way, he's a short sapling. The last time we saw him, it was the Angel of Death, and I think the man must have a fixation for his own particular demise here, because he is putting himself in deep trouble. Don Batiste probably represents Texas A&M better than anybody I've ever met. Other than, I'll think a few. But I think you are the epitome of a fine Texas Aggie. Tell me about the Texas Girls. I know you mentioned this to me, and we were going to talk about it. It's a nice organization doing a lot of good work.
Right, it's an organization I'm involved with. We go around doing a lot of charity work. For instance, we went to the Children's Hospital for Christmas and passed out presents.
Wait a minute, Talltree is actually attacking. And he has attacked quite effectively, okay?
Anyway, what the Texas Girls is about, we did a swimsuit video. And
a swimsuit video?
Yes, we did. And it is a family video. And we also
There's nothing wrong with swimsuits.
No, nothing wrong with them. And we go around and we promote ourselves, and we also do a lot of charity work, like I said, around Dallas, as well as the whole state of Texas.
And you do nice things for nice people.
Oh, yes.
A lot of folks out there, real nice people, need some help.
If you need any charity work done, please call us at Texas Girls.
Texas Girls.
You got it.
What's the Dallas Can situation? Is that part of Texas Girls?
Well, we did the open house with the Dallas Can. Now, Dallas Can is I guess it's like an organization, and it's to help teens and young people
who maybe don't have the real desire to move into the future, but they need some help.
Right.
Say, hey, I can move ahead. Huh?
Exactly. It's I can do it.
Maybe Talltree should be involved in that right now. And we tell him he can do it if he just keeps working at it.
He needs all the support he can get right now.
Maybe if he put on 400 pounds, it would help.
He's going to have to use all agility right now, because he can't outdo this man in weight-wise.
You were... I was going to ask you something. When you were mentioning that the Texas Girls do a swimsuit video. Now, this is not in the same order of the I've lost my thought here just a second. I was watching Talltree, and I was afraid that he was going to be a greasy spot. Sports Illustrated's.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. It's a very good video.
Okay. Then that's very nice. You can do a real production job on it.
Yes.
I've seen that video, and it's a quality job.
And we're going to be doing a new video, and I will be the spokesperson for that video, so I'm excited about it.
You're just going to do the spokesperson? You're going to be in the video?
I'll be in the video, and you'll be seeing a lot of me in the video, as a matter of fact. It's going to be taken in different locations around Texas.
Don Batiste, as we look at Tall Tree flying high. Here she is, this video right here. Texas girl.
Texas girl and an Aggie at that.
They're kind of green-eyed and beautiful.
Thank you, Bill.
Look out! Tall Tree, I think, just became a bright spot on the ground out there. 2, 3, he did. It's all over.
Poor Tall Tree.
Oh, yes. Well, that is the end of Tall Tree at the moment. And Mr. One-Man Gang has put Tall Tree out of circulation. So, that's our first bout on Texas Championship Wrestling. It was practically a no contest for the big man from Halstead, Chicago. But right now, Dawn's back in the dressing room, and she has an interview that you will find extremely interesting.
This is your big night, Stud. What are your plans for tonight?
Well, I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. You know, Al Perez is a great champion. I won't take anything away from the man. But I'm an up-and-comer. I consider myself one of the wrestlers of the 90s going into the year 2000. So, Al Perez, I'm coming after you. You better give me the best things that you have, because I'm going to take that belt away from you and wear it around my waist. Perez, you're a technician. You're a specialist. But you're going to have to draw out everything you can to defeat me. You better be there. You better be ready, because I'm coming for you, baby. And you better watch out.
Thunderdome, beaten by pinfall or submission. You don't leave the cage. You're handcuffed for the duration. I hope you don't have any enemies that aren't cuffed. Texas Championship Wrestling, Thunderdome. Who's going to be the king? Watch it. Saturday night, Texas Championship Wrestling.
Friday night, March 29th, Metroplex Arena, 8 o'clock. The Von Erich brothers, Chris and Kevin Von Erich, wrestle the wild and wacky Davidson Brothers. The California Stud goes against Steve Simpson. Terry Garvin against the Angel of Death. Iceman King Parson against Brian Adias. And the first time ever, a pole battle royal where all the men will be blindfolded. And they have to climb to the top of the pole for $500. All men will be blindfolded. Pole battle royal. Don't miss it.
On an impersonal 900 call.
The residents learn all about professional conduct.
No kidding, twerp.
Dignified bedside manner.
Is he laughing?
Hope she's receptive to bootlicking. How to be prepared for any emergency.
Didn't know he was loaded.
St. Elsewhere. Expect the unexpected.
Weeknights at 10 on Channel 27.
Mr. Boxer, did you know...
Doodle the Butcher, Bam Bam Terry Gardy, World Federation Heavyweight Champion Al Perez, Iceman King Parsons, the One-Man Gang, Kevin Von Erich, Steve Simpson, the Angel of Death. Just imagine, if you were beaten by pinfall or submission, you will be dragged. If you fight it, you will be dragged and cuffed. And then, what is going to happen? How many wrestlers that aren't cuffed are going to want your hide? Thunderdome, the most dangerous match in professional wrestling. The Thunderdome, Abdullah the Butcher, Bam Bam Terry Gardy, the One-Man Gang, Kevin Von Erich, Al Perez, Steve Simpson, the Angel of Death. I don't think there's ever been an event like you will see next week right here on Texas Championship Wrestling, the Thunderdome. Who do you think will be left standing? Well,
I've been out here in this remote area waiting for the Wild and Wacky Davidsons. They said, come out here by the fallen tree. You'll see the fallen tree, and they'd meet me here. But we've been out here 15 minutes now. I was supposed to meet the Wild and Wacky Davidsons. They said right here by this tree, and I've been here a long time, and I haven't seen them yet. I think we're going to do something about hunting or fishing or whatever they do out here in this remote area that they wanted to see me in. And I haven't seen them anywhere, so Rick! Rick! Is that little man from TV? It's John coming up. Rick! Hi, John.
Rick! Hey, Mercer.
What?
What are you doing over here?
You said to meet you by the fallen...
Not that fallen tree.
little man
over there. What are you doing, little man? Snooping around here. Snooping around in my business.
I'm not snooping around, John. I came out to meet you guys. What
You want to wrestle again? There's a lot of varmints out here.
Are there a lot of varmints?
Mercer, what are you doing over here, man? You're supposed to be over yonder.
That over here by the fallen tree?
No, not that fallen tree, the one over yonder.
I didn't know there was a fallen tree. There was a fallen tree.
There's plenty of fallen trees out here, and you're supposed to be over yonder. I told you that, Mercer. What are you doing over here?
What's that?
Don't you worry about what that is, okay?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be here. Just come along with us, and we'll take you where you're supposed to be,
I have to
okay?
go now?
Come on, you go now.
See you later.
Come on, John.
Where are we headed?
I'll be watching.
Dawn Batiste, the Texas girl, and it's time for us to go to the ring. And you like this Brian Adias, don't you?
Yes, I do like Brian Adias. He's got a style of his own.
Style of his own. Let's go to the ring, and Adam Beach has a style of his own. Adam?
Ladies and gentlemen, escorted by his manager, Mr. Ali Farouk from Death Valley, in Justin Black, the Angel of Death. And visiting Mr. Death in the ring tonight from Arlington, Texas, the man with the plan, Mr. Brian Adias. This tag team match will be against the boys from Kentucky, Mr. Sweet Daddy Falcone and Mr. Terry Garvin. This will be one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Your referee, Mr. Bobby Turner.
All right. Adam has brought to your attention, and that to the world at hand, that this bout is underway. And we are underway right now. As Dawn and I are here to bring you up to date on this tag team event with Garvin and the Angel of Death opening up. We saw them 2 weeks ago against each other in a great bout. And Garvin, for his size, and we keep talking about size here because it is a factor at times, but pound for pound, he is probably as good as anybody here.
He uses more than just his strength. He uses his head while he's wrestling.
And notice he has a new coiffure. He has had his hair styled.
It's hard not to notice.
That's that men's magazine, GQ.
Exactly.
He told me he's following every tip in GQ right now, so he is in good shape. Handsome young man. The Angel of Death trying to take him out. Doesn't care what his hair looks like. And Brian Adias doesn't care either, and he is Mr. Tough.
Well, back to the hair. Of course, Angel doesn't care what his hair looks like. Angel doesn't have much of his own.
Nothing. Just throws that right there in the front of you. And it does happen to you.
Hopefully it won't happen to me.
No, not sure with that beautiful stuff you've got. Beautiful hair. We've got a tremendous event coming up here shortly after this tremendous event. We have a championship match, and of course California Stud set that up 2 weeks ago when he challenged Al Perez and then did a dirty bit by attacking him from behind. So we look forward to that one. That's going to be a fast-moving, exciting championship battle.
I still can't believe he attacked him from behind.
Hey, look at Garvin and Slow attacking head on. Going from right field right there in the Angel. Wow, nice drop kick. Garvin doing a tremendous job. Garvin's coming along as a superstar of the Texas Championship Wrestling.
Yes, Garvin and both Sweet Daddy. They're both coming up in Texas Championship Wrestling.
As you talked to them last week about they're a very new team. They and Gary Hart at the same time in the match was talking about how the Davidson Brothers worked together a long, long time. But these two, the youngsters here, Sweet Daddy and Terry Garvin, have come together very quickly and very efficiently.
Right. the Davidsons are brothers, so of course they've worked together a long time. But Garvin and Sweet Daddy,
that's an insulting thing.
they're going to just be an outstanding team with a little bit more practice.
I don't think you saw that, Don. Angel just slapped Big Daddy, Sweet Daddy, right across the face.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, that's a insult to injury. And 320 pounds, 6'7.5", size 17 shoe, Angel of Death. As this tag team event wraps along here on Texas Championship Wrestling. Hey, the big Thunderdome is coming up.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Another week or so, huh?
Yeah.
10 wrestlers in a cage with a top door lock. Not going to open until there's a winner and a loser is either pinned or submits, and he's going to be handcuffed to the cage.
Yeah, all losers will be handcuffed to the cage.
That's right. There'll be one winner, and he is King Thunderdome.
Well, that's going to leave a lot of people open to injury, isn't it? With them handcuffed to the cage while the other wrestlers are wrestling?
Seems like if you don't like somebody and you're handcuffed to the cage, then somebody might just beat the tar out of you.
Seems dangerous.
But this is Thunderdome, never seen before. Exactly like this, but you're going to see it here on Texas Championship Wrestling. And the Angel and Sweet Daddy Falcone all wrapped up on each other right now as Terry Garvin watches from across the ring. The battle goes on. What is Ali Farouk moaning and groaning about this week?
There's no telling with that man.
He has lost it. Just truly lost it. Bobby Turner, the referee right now. And he's trying to keep some semblance of order here. Almost lost a cameraman there. We're talking about some of the guys that ought to get combat pay and these cameramen.
Angel's in a predicament right now.
Got himself a big heap of trouble, hasn't he?
Let's see what Sweet Daddy's going to do.
That'll be a swinging gate and a butt-butt kind of thing that the Iceman uses. Speaking of the Iceman, haven't seen him in a while.
I know.
He's out doing good deeds.
That sounds just like the Iceman.
Iceman's a good man, doing good deeds for those friends and neighbors of his, as we saw recently.
Iceman's a family man. Like he always says, it bees like it bees.
It's like his mom says, sometimes it bees that way.
That's right.
And Terry Garvin is being that way right now with Brian Adias. Got him all wrapped up in that headlock and keeping Brian on the right narrow way.
Angel gets in the ring.
Angel doesn't like the situation. Bobby Turner is, let's see what Garvin's going to do now with Bobby out of the picture for a moment. Now the Angel is back. Now Garvin puts some more pressure on. Adias, good move right there. Watch this. Up and in.
Oh!
Good takedown by Garvin. Side mirror move there, and he's still heavy. But Adias comes back with a head scissors. So here are two young men capable of this business of professional wrestling.
Garvin seems to be all wound up about this match, doesn't he, Bill?
I think Terry's wound up all the time. He looks like he's ready. Brian Adias rolling, goes into a hammerlock. Right back. Thank you, Terry Garvin. And
look at all these
around
reverses.
again. Trying for the shoulder pin. No way. Good moves by Terry Garvin and Brian Adias. Quick, accurate, showing the ability of a professional wrestler for all the holes that they acquire.
You know, I love it when we have these tag teams. There's so much to watch. You watch the wrestlers in the ring and the wrestlers outside. You never know what's going to happen.
Got to keep everybody in perspective. Somebody may come flying in there. And then you got the Ali Farouk out here baying at the trees.
And Ali Farouk is so unpredictable. I don't think he knows what he's doing half the time.
Big Garvin into that shoe of the Angel of Death. No, I don't think he knows either. Chewing on his own little robe there. But Garvin now may have met his match as Angel has him on his chest and on his face and wants him to try to come back. Taunting is what we call that. Now look at Garvin. Taunt me and I'll fight right back, but the Angel has him in a bad position. Went up for a body slam, a tough body slam. Off the rope.
Oh, that's the cameraman.
Just lost the cameraman right here beside us. He's all right. I tell you, combat pay I didn't have a chance to catch him. Count of 2.
We almost had him in our lap, is what we almost had.
The Angel of Death. We're moving along 7 minutes on this bout. Garvin held up on the chin. Angel of Death. The Angel of Death. Wrapping him up with a chin lock. Holding on right now.
Terry's trying to come back now.
Garvin trying to pump. Like pumping iron, trying to come back. Hey, we were talking about the Thunderdome. I should mention that you'll see that next week. Right here on Texas Championship Wrestling. The Thunderdome next week. You know what that is again? That's 10 wrestlers in the ring in a cage with a top. The door is locked, 10 of them in that ring, and they're not open. The door is not open until there is one champion, and all the losers are handcuffed to the cage.
Is this a no disqualification?
Yeah, it's just 10 to submission. Yeah, no disqualification. Oh, look at Garvin attack, Don. He is really underway. Ah, what a shot by Angel of Death. So we want you to watch the Thunderdome next week right here on Texas Championship Wrestling. On top, 1, 2, and not 3. Good move by Terry Garvin. Thunderdome.
Terry's taking a beating.
1, 2, almost 3 again. Adias is close, but not quite there.
Oh, shoelaces across the face.
That hurts. It doesn't open up your face. And Garvin seems to take the punishment, Don, and become more active. It just kind of brings out the adrenaline, brings out the competitiveness in him.
Oh, heading for the turnbuckle.
Right into that foot. Ah, that's 17.5 foot. Boy, Adias and Angel have it working right now on Terry Garvin. Cameraman's up there again. If he falls this time, we all go.
Picked him up by his neck.
Yep. Garvin screaming in anguish that time. Don't forget, coming up, fans, bring all your friends, all your neighbors to watch this championship bout between Al Perez and the stud. And look at Garvin.
That was a nice counter.
Real great counter there by Gary Garvin. Sweet Daddy was. Oh, here comes Adias. Hey, Garvin has really shown his ability as a competitor, as a wrestler. A man with a tremendous amount of character. Count of 1 on the rope. Adias with Garvin in tow. And there goes Garvin. Here goes. Jam into the neck, and Garvin flat on his back. On top this time. 1, 2, but no. Somehow Garvin, Don, keeps finding that extra bit of energy and desire.
Garvin doesn't want to give up. That's obvious.
Tremendous competitor.
Like you said earlier, the more beating he takes, the more he comes back, dishes it out.
The harder he's hit, the more he fights.
Exactly.
Off the rope again, up and in. An abdominal stretch. Now this could cause him to just submit right here, depending on how much. Look at the pressure put on now.
Look at Brian.
Adias and Sweet Daddy entering the ring. They're going to do that again. They're trying to make Garvin submit. They're twisting his body, twisting and twisting him, and see if he submits yet. I don't think he will.
No.
I don't think he'll submit. And Adias walked around the ring saying he's really bright. But Garvin is right back there with an abdominal stretch. Twisting that body, twisting him from top to bottom. Money Turner checking.
Sweet Daddy's getting nervous.
They're talking about an exchange. Turner's questioning their exchange.
I don't think they ever had.
12 minutes along right now. And Adias and the Angel have it going pretty well their way, even though Garvin has been fighting well. Another backbreaker coming around. Put him in sort of a...
That has got to be painful.
Put him on the... Pulling him back, twisting his back. Surfboarding him right now. Putting it up. Now look at Farouk. Farouk and Angel. Farouk and Angel.
Angel's threatening you, Bill.
I know he's threatening me, but I have his bugle. I have your trumpet. That's the way I fight. I have your trumpet.
He says that's the way he fights.
They're really going to do it again. Hey, Turner. Got your trumpet right over here. Angel of Death. Not fighting fair right now. And here's Farouk. They're pulling again. That's a break. One.
Angel does whatever it takes to win, doesn't he?
Ali Farouk wandering about. And Terry Garvin, who's been the center of attention here for quite a while. Missed there on the... missed again. Watch Garvin this time. Double collision. Oh, was that a big one?
I don't know.
Garvin shaking up. I don't know if they're both going to be able to come out of this.
Yeah, I don't know who got the worst of that deal.
Count of 5. They got to be up by 10.
Both men on their knees.
And there's the switch, and here comes Sweet Daddy. And now, a rested Sweet Daddy is all business. And he's going to take care of 2. A double headbutt. Look at Sweet Daddy flying through the air. Drops the Angel.
And Brian's over here duking it out.
Yeah, Brian duking it out with Garvin. Got a count, but no 3 yet. Everybody here in a battle of mayhem.
There's 4 wrestlers in this ring.
Nobody knows who's doing what right now. Which one's the official count?
Exactly. Who's supposed to be in the ring?
Here's a roll-up right here behind us.
Bobby, turn around.
All right, here's the count. 1, 2, nope. A little too late. There's Steve Turner's trying to separate them. All right, we got a shoulder stand coming up here by Sweet Daddy.
Bobby, turn around, bud.
Here's another shoulder stand. 1, 2, and no, he got out of it again.
That's twice that Sweet Daddy had Brian Adias down.
Adias and Sweet Daddy continue the battle. Ring the bell. The time is up. It's 15 minutes in here. All right. Time limit draw. And so that, here it is. Everybody fighting all over the ring. We're going to take a break, go back. Don's going to be talking right now in the dressing room with Al Perez. We'll be back for the championship match right after this.
We've heard from the stud, now champion, Al Perez. What's your story?
Well, you know, Dawn, I've been in professional wrestling now 10 years. I've run across some of the biggest, some of the strongest men. The last couple of weeks, I've had my hands full with the one-man gang and the Angel of Death, and I've also had the stud guy outside running his mouth about wanting to be somebody real big and bad. Well, stud, I am a technician. You might be the strongest man in the world to me, but it doesn't matter, because sometimes it takes more than brains, it takes more than muscles, and I got the brains and I got them both. And I am the champ. You have to beat me. Give me your best.
Thunderdome, beaten by pinfall or submission. You don't leave the cage. You're handcuffed for the duration. I hope you don't have any enemies that aren't cuffed. Texas Championship Wrestling, Thunderdome. Who's going to be the king? Watch it. Saturday night, Texas Championship Wrestling. You don't leave the cage. You're handcuffed for the duration. I hope you don't have any enemies that aren't cuffed. Texas Championship Wrestling, Thunderdome. Who's going to be the king? Watch it. Saturday night, Texas Championship Wrestling.
And here they come. And here's the champion, Al Perez, as he enters the ring against the California Stud on this, our championship match here on Texas Championship Wrestling. Well, Dawn, we got the big one.
Yes, we do. It seems like it's going to be a very exciting match tonight.
All right, let's go to the ring to Adam Beach as we have the championship match, Perez and Stud. Adam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main event. From Venice Beach, California, the one, the only, the California Stud. And in this World Federation title match, the World Federation champion, you know very well, Mr. Al Perez. This will be one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and your referee is Mr. John Renesto.
All right, we're ready to go. The bell rings, and the championship is on the line. And sitting in with me is Gary Hart, matchmaker. And I was interested in the way that you put this together because we did not know until last week when California Stud sat in with us that Perez had agreed to the match. And then at that same time, Stud said, well, we got a match, but we're not sure. Then you sent the word out right quick that it was going to be this week. So you put this together fast, didn't you?
Well, the California Stud, he feels that he wants to be recognized and noticed as a top contender, and the best way to do it is put him in the ring against Al Perez and see how he does. It's very easy to sit out here on commentary and talk and criticize and say how you would handle something when Perez is fighting the one-man gang. He cheap shot him the week before when he was going after the Angel of Death.
Did that get your attention?
Well, of course. Like I said, Bill, I want the very best possible wrestling that we can present here on Texas Championship Wrestling. And Stud told me that he wants to become one of the big heavy hitters in the wrestling business. And he's willing to put his reputation against Al Perez. Now we're going to find out if he's ready to meet the World Federation Heavyweight Champion.
So I gather from what you said here, I said, okay, here's a brash young man. And so you give him a chance to say either put up or shut up.
Yeah, I'll have to be really honest with you, Bill. If I was still managing wrestlers and leading guys to title, the California Stud would be someone that I would put under my wing because he has everything you need to become a big name in the wrestling business. He's brash.
As a personality, yeah.
He's very young in the wrestling business, but he's quite good, you know. And the good ones you know immediately. You don't have to be in the wrestling business 5 years to be good. And he's someone that knows how to wrestle. He wants it. And that's the most important thing. You know, if you want it and you're willing to give anything for it, you got a chance.
And you have to say, as many people have said, you have to start somewhere. And he wants to start close to the top. And that's what he did when he attacked Perez.
But you got to have a respect for him. He said that he wants it on TV. So if he pulls this off, he's going to look like a hero. But if he doesn't pull it off, he's lost to the World Heavyweight Champion, and that's not a bad...
Still not a bad deal.
Not a bad person to lose to.
Well, a little bit of feeling each other out. And there's the first big move.
Well, you'll see Perez. Perez is the type of guy that he will pick a body part. He might take an arm, a leg, a head, and work on that part. And as soon as he finds something that's working for him, he's going to stick with it. We're just going to find out if the California Stud is the man he says he is.
We shall see as we roll along here now. Al Perez and California Stud, the opening part of this bout. And they're just kind of feeling each other through the first early moments of it. Perez has a long-standing championship route. Part of that was sidetracked for a while by Matt Bourne, but Perez battled back and took it back. And now he's defending it against California Stud.
One thing about Al Perez, he's a classic wrestler. He just hit him with a fireman's carry, went for an elbow. They're trying to hurry. But if you watch, Perez will set the pace of this match. He's going to make this guy come at him, and he's going to make the California Stud expend as much energy as he possibly can. Because I would say on a strength, Probably the California stud is a little bit stronger, but when it comes to conditioning, there's a big difference between strength and conditioning.
Right.
And Al Perez is a well-conditioned athlete. He knows how to feel a man out. He knows what body part to work on. And sooner or later, Perez will take care of the California stud, I would imagine.
So you're picking Perez to win it?
He's the champion, and I'm not taking...
You have to pick him. Yeah, you have to pick the champion. You got to say, all right, he's got there this way.
I'm not taking anything away from the California stud. He's a great young competitor, but he's wrestling a man, Al Perez, that's held many major titles in the WWF, in the NWA, in the world class. He has wrestled the elite of wrestling. But I do have a great deal of respect for the California stud to put himself on the line right here on national television and go for it. I mean, if you want to be somebody, you got to go for it, and this guy is going for it.
Speaking of going on television, as we see Perez then jamming into the midsection and hammering away as they continue to try to find that opening. There's a great shot. Stud shaking right now. The Thunderdome is going to be on television next week.
The Thunderdome is something that a lot of the wrestling fans are talking about. 10 men in a steel cage. The match, the cage is covered. The door is locked. When you're beat, you're handcuffed to the top rope. There'll be one man standing, and he'll be the king of the Thunderdome.
King of the Thunderdome. We'll see it all, and you've never seen quite like it before on television. So join us next week for the King of the Thunderdome.
Well, we really want to bring the most unique and the best type matches we possibly can to the TV audience. And we don't want to cheat you out of anything. And we're just saying turn in next week and see it right here on TV.
Right here on Texas Championship Wrestling. Right now, right above us here is the California stud. They have been feeling each other up, battling, looking for an opening, trying to make the move that will give them the opportunity to put the other away. Stud in those lime green shorts is the challenger. Al Perez, the champion. Knee in the midsection. Oh, shot to the jaw right there by the stud.
Those are some big hammers. When they hit you on the back of the neck, it makes you feel silly all the way down to your toes.
Feel like you're not going to move again.
That was a good one right to the kidney. Now he's got it under the chin.
Right
Pretty hard to breathe.
Yep.
Pretty hard to breathe. Cut the wind down. You've got your man going. He's making a good attack. California stud's making a good attack.
Go to the body and the head will follow. And that's where he's going right now, to the head.
He's up above him. He's got the leverage, and he's got the strength advantage from the position that he's in. And he's got Perez's neck twisted pretty good.
Working at it very well. Al Perez, twisted by California stud. In this, our main event here on Texas Championship Wrestling.
I detect a few of the people here in the arena. They're pulling for the stud. Like you had said on an earlier show, everyone's for an underdog, and there's nothing better than to see a title switch hands. And a lot of these people here would like to see the California stud pull it up.
And so the brash young man is right now in charge. California stud. He is working on Al Perez.
Well, he challenged Perez. He said he deserved the title shot. And the way it looks right now, the California stud definitely deserves it.
Stud again, popping away on Al Perez, and Perez in trouble, and Stud is staying on the attack.
He's taking it to Perez and giving Perez all he wants. Listen to the crowd. They want Perez to come on and fight back, but there's nothing Perez can really do right now.
Crowd is picking up a chant. There's a big uppercut to the midsection.
He's a big, strong boy, this California stud, and he's really taking it to Perez 100%.
Shoulder butt on the inside, another one on the inside. Folding up Perez, who has not been able to make an attack, make an offensive move against the stud in quite a while.
Whoa!
Clotheslined him.
Oh, this could be it. We may have a new champion. See, he should go ahead and take it. He's given Perez.
He gave that opportunity.
He's giving him that 2 or 3 seconds. Forget the crowd. Forget the people. Get that pinfall. He could have just blown it right there.
Head twisting. California stud feeling his oats, feeling that he's in real charge of this bout right at the moment.
You know, but showboating's a great thing if it's slam dunk or if it's something that...
But you've got to finish it.
You've got to finish it, and he had an opportunity. A lot of times a second here and a second there will make all the difference in the world. And I believe right then when he caught him with that clothesline, he really had Perez in a bad way. If he would have followed up maybe with a suplex or a few slams. Now Perez is picking him up. See, Perez has fantastic leg strength. He's got a man up there that weighs 260, 270 pounds.
And an airplane spin. Bang! Down he goes. And that turned the tide a bit for Al Perez as California Stud retreats, goes to the floor. By the way, speaking of young men who are brash and doing an outstanding job, this Terry Garvin has displayed over the last 3 weeks a tremendous competitive heart and ability.
Yes, he has. I've booked him against Abdullah the Butcher. I booked him against the one-man gang, Angel of Death. I got to say, oh, here it could be. Here it could be.
Up shoulder stand one.
See,
no, nice.
He didn't hook them arms. He didn't hook the arms quick enough. And to beat Perez, you got to do it. But getting back to Terry Garvin, he's 100% hard. And I tell you, win, lose, or draw, this guy gives it 100%. He's got nothing to apologize for anybody about.
I got to try it reverse on this one and see if he can pull him over. There's a test of strength.
Now,
two very talented, strong young men.
That's what, when you do them dumbbell flies, that's what really puts it here. See him lay on that bench and put 75 pounds in each hand and do butterflies.
Pull it back. Oh, see which one is the stronger of the two. They're about even.
I think Stud's got it.
Stud's got it on the shoulder.
And if you notice, Stud's about an inch and
roll off.
Stud's about an inch and a half short.
Yeah.
And he's under him. That's, I think, I'm not saying it wasn't.
More center of gravity, right?
Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from his strength, but I just think his position and his leverage was much better.
All right, shot to the head. Perez working his way through California Stud. Up and in, trying to make a move, and it slipped by then.
He went for a Boston Crab, and he ended up dropping a knee right in the Adam's apple. If you don't get that Boston Crab, that's probably the next best thing to do.
All right, here comes.
He's going for that's pile driver?
Pile driver. Let's see if it works. That's a long one. Blood flowing to the head of the Stud. Oh, what a mean one.
Well, he's right by the ropes.
It takes a tremendous strength to hold a man up there that long.
Well, the longer you hold him, the more the blood rushes to the head. You get him disoriented. Now, he's still, see,
not
he made
quite three. He got the foot.
He made an effort. That shows that he's still with it. He knows what's going on. He knows when he's in jeopardy. And he had the presence of mind to put that foot on the top rope. Now, if it was under the rope,
it would just go right on.
Yeah. He's going for another one. I've never known anybody take two pile drivers. Oh, no, he isn't. Oh, if he spins him, now this is the helicopter. Perez was famous for this. He won the NWA TV title with this move right on TBS in Atlanta. Oh, isn't this beautiful?
Oh, what a tremendous move by Al Perez, the champion.
Is Perez strong? He's picked up a man 260 pounds and spun him and dropped him down.
And just about taken the Stud right out of his clothes.
All the fans here in the arena, they're really with it. Some of them are for Stud, some of them are with Perez. Small package. Oh, just about got it.
Nope.
He hooked the leg. He did everything right. Perez just had too much left.
So a California Stud who looked like he lost it just a second ago, coming right back now. Perez with that long pile driver on him. They just about had him, but you got two very talented and very well-conditioned young athletes. Great diving body slam.
Yes.
1, 2, and that was
I don't know how it can get any closer.
That's you would need an electronic counter to get any closer than that.
I think Stud's proved his point. He deserves this title shot.
He certainly has. He's done that. He has deserved it. 1, 2.
He's somebody that you're going to have to look for. I think if he would have hooked that leg that time, Bill, just hooked that leg, Al wouldn't have had the leverage to do the kick out.
Stud's got him up. Backbreaker going on the side into the floor, and let's see if he calls it 1, 2, but there's the leg over the bottom rope, and the champion also can protect himself. 1, 2, and a good flail out of there by Al Perez saved himself.
No matter who
They're
wins
both tired now, Gary.
Yes, well, they've been going right at 13 minutes, and when you wrestle somebody for 13 minutes, Bill, tooth and nail takes a lot out of a man.
Trying to come over again. Here's that test of strength and will. And Perez is off the shoulders. 2, not quite. Oh, Very close.
It's California Stud. He's somebody to watch in the future.
Rolled him up again. 1, 2, and no. Again, they flail out.
But if you notice the Stud, he keeps going for penny combinations, penny combinations. He's wore Perez down, and he's got Perez in a great deal of trouble.
The battle continues. Stud's going to take him across into the corner. Trying to hook him up over the ropes and pound away on him now. Nonchalantly walking away, knows that he has Al Perez in trouble.
He says it's over.
Rolled up. Oh, he missed. Threw himself into the corner. Perez now going to throw him up himself, roll him up in a 1, 2, 3, and Perez defends the championship.
That was a great match, Bill.
13 minutes and 59 seconds. One move by California Stud.
I'm going to tell you something, Bill. This young man right here, the California Stud, keep your eye on him. He's a future star in professional wrestling.
All right, here's the champion right behind us. He has survived. He did it. A great finish. And we'll be back in just a moment to tell you about next week.
Friday night, March 29th, Metroplex Arena, 8 o'clock. The Von Erich brothers, Chris and Kevin Von Erich, wrestle the wild and wacky Davidson Brothers. The California Stud goes against Steve Simpson. Terry Garvin against the Angel of Death. Iceman King Parson against Brian Adias. And the first time ever, a pole battle royal where all the men will be blindfolded. And they have to climb to the top of the pole for $500. All men will be blindfolded. Pole battle royal. Don't miss.
California Stud extended the challenge, and Al Perez accepted and won. A terrific, world-shattering bout right here on Texas Championship Wrestling. You know, the California Stud lost, but it should not diminish his ability, his personality, his physical adroitness in the ring. It was a great match, a tremendous tribute to the championship ability of Al Perez, who came through and defended his title with brilliance. And speaking of brilliance, coming up next week, brilliant Thunderdome action. It's the cage with the top. It's the cage with the locked door. It's the Thunderdome with 10 wrestlers in the ring. And the winner has to handcuff to the ring the other 9 wrestlers to be allowed to retreat, to leave, and be called the King of the Thunderdome. Join us on Texas Championship Wrestling. Great to have you with us. I'm Bill Mercer. So long, everybody.